and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with divers lusts, ever learning, and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
So we got people out here. Now we done read that you can call on the name of the Lord, and if you're doing it in sin, then he gonna say, I never knew you. Now he telling you here, he saying, sure, you got people ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. See, the truth is the doctrine. They never able to come into the doctrine of God, though. It ain't my doctrine. You know, what do I teach? I teach the doctrine of God, and I'm going to prove that to you. I'm going to prove to you that the law is the doctrine of God. 2 Timothy chapter 4. We're going to read verse 3 and 4.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
Oh, so now he's saying right here, it's going to be a time when people don't want to hear sound doctrine. Go ahead.
But after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned into fables.
Right, fables, like Jesus died on Friday, and he rose on Sunday morning. That's one huge fable. That's a lot. Because he said he was going to be in the ground for 3 days and 3 nights. Or, oh, I don't know what day, you know, the Sabbath is, so I'm going to just keep every day for the Sabbath. That's another lie. How you going to keep every day? First of all, God sanctified a particular day, but how you going to keep every day as a Sabbath when he said you're not supposed to work? So, you know, if you don't work, you don't eat. So I guess the world going to starve because God got us confused on what day the Sabbath day is. You understand? Or, oh yeah, it's some being inside me. Or when I die, I go up to heaven. See, all these things are what we're talking about when it says, and they shall turn their ear away from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. Did you read verse 5?
You said 3 and 4.
Oh, 3 and 4. Okay. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. So he said that, he said in 2 Timothy, he said, and they should turn away their ears from hearing the truth and should be turned. He said, for the time will come when they would not endure sound doctrine. So right now, we about to clarify exactly what sound doctrine is. And when you get to Proverbs chapter 4, pick it up at verse 2.
For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law.
Bam, that's it. He said, I give you good doctrine, don't forsake the law. This is what your doctrine. If I walk up to a man and say, what's your doctrine? That's his answer should be the law. Just like if I walk up to a man and say, what is sin? He should be like, when you break the law. You know, that all of the Bible is that clear cut. So it says here, he said in verse 4, he taught me also and said unto me, let my heart retain my words. Notice he said he taught me. Then he says, keep my commandments and live. Oh, I'm sorry. Read. Go ahead and read verse 3.
For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live.
So he's telling them, he's saying the commandments is going to give you life. Keep them and live. If you want, if somebody tell you you ain't got to keep the commandments, they trying to take your life from you, brothers and sisters. Let's go to Matthew chapter 19. I'm going to prove this to you. But then somebody say, well, you trying to be justified by works. Man, all I know is this, and we're going to read it. The Lord say, you know, the Lord tell you clear cut that not the hearers of the law should be justified, but the doers. But we're gonna see that song. Cause when we get there, we're gonna break down when they talking about when they try to tell you that you're not justified by work. We're gonna deal with that. But he tells us here in Proverbs chapter 2, he said, I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. And we talking about the doctrine of God, which is the law. Matthew 19, and start reading at verse 16. Go ahead.
And behold, one came and said unto him, good master, what thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
So he asking him right now, what thing should I do that I might get eternal life? This is what doctrine's supposed to be about, brothers and sisters. Getting eternal life. This is what church's supposed to be about. This is what the preacher's supposed to be about. Giving you the words of eternal life. That's it. I mean, ain't nothing else. Get money? Man, first of all, the funny thing about it is, when you deal with this book, you know, I done been around brothers dealing with this book. And you know what I noticed? That through the course of time, they pocket straight anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't even what it's all about. What it's about is getting salvation. That's what it's about. It's about getting into understanding the plan of God, learning the plan of God, so that you can get in where you fit in. But at any rate, he said in verse 16, behold, one came and said unto him, good master, what good thing shall I do to have eternal life? Verse 17, you read that? Go ahead and read that again anyway.
And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Go ahead.
He saith unto him, which Jesus said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
So he start running down the commandments to him, right? And he like, man, he basically start running down the 10 commandments to him, you know? And then we gonna see what he gonna tell him. Go ahead.
The young man saith unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet? Jesus said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me.
So he's saying, look here, if you want to be perfect, he tells him to keep the commandments, but he's like, if you want to be perfect, you got to give up this life. Go and sell what you got to the poor and come follow me. Since you already been doing that, but you was a rich man when you walked on the scene, right? Because he's going to tell him later, and the man couldn't do it. He walked away sorrowfully. He's going to tell him later, it's harder for a rich man to get into the kingdom of heaven. But notice he said, and come and follow him. That's what it's all about. Keeping these commandments and come and follow him. Do as he did. And Jesus kept the commandments. Let's go over to Matthew chapter 5. Because somebody else might try to tell you, well, the commandments have been fulfilled. They have been done away with. I remember one time a man told me that. He said, the commandments was fulfilled. We ain't got to keep that old law, that old Mosaic law no more. So I went to my kitchen, and we had got this nice kitchen set. These little knife set for our wedding, right? So I go in and I find the biggest knife. And I walk out the kitchen with the knife, and I start chasing him through my house. And he said, he was yelling too, hey, what you doing? What you doing? I mean, he thought I was going nuts. And I said, but I thought we ain't got to keep the law. You understand what I'm trying to get you to see, brothers and sisters? I'm trying to show you that in the law, I say thou shalt not kill. That's the same place where it tell you, honor your mother and father and keep a Sabbath day. Why is it that you got such a hard time if I tell you, you ain't got no problem if I tell you don't bear false witness, but if I tell you go to church on Saturday, not Sunday, oh, it's a problem. It's the